I appreciate that no one heard any of the things I said on that.
Now it's live.
Now, no one will know what happened in the pre-stream. And that's possibly the best case scenario.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do not ask questions about the pre-stream, ladies and gentlemen. They will not be answered.
I have, however, already drunk an entire cup of alcohol, so we're off to a great start. Anyway. My first story.
Hey!
So, go ahead and
got
check
it
that
right
off already.
Off the bat.
Yeah. First fanfic, let's go.
There's no fucking way.
Amazing.
I
Unfortunately,
want to make it
no.
special with one of my favorite pairings ever, Tsunade times Naruto.
What?
I wrote this really late at night, so you'll have to excuse any grammar errors.
No, we will
God,
not.
No?
We will not. Hey, okay, can we preemptively put that down for bad grammar?
No, only if it's bad. I worked very hard on this story, so if you have feedback, I would love to hear it.
If you have any constructive feedback.
Yeah. Well.
But all of Sneaky's feedback is constructive of an anger
No, it's
issue.
not.
It's definitely constructive.
No, that's constructed.
Yeah, close enough. Tsunade let out an ungodly long sigh while raising her hands to
I'm
her
sorry, I
temple.
don't believe that's a sigh, Sneaky.
Well, the author
I mean,
wrote Ugh, and Sneaky pulled a Sneaky.
He pulled a Sneaky.
While raising her hands to her temple. That's pretty much like an accurate Tsunade voice. To massage them ever so gently. She's the world's best medic. Why wouldn't she just be like, healing palm? Hello, LeMay. Healing palm! Healing palm! A cry of anguish indeed. Life as Hokage was grand. You didn't sleep in puddles, train long hours, and the ever-present grim reality that you or your comrades could be wounded or subjected to an even worse fate.
What?
Okay.
Why?
Instead, you were completely disconnected from the world and subjugated to attending meetings with people who had more titles than sense, facing the repercussions of decisions you made in the best interest of the people, and even worse, the amount of signing you had to do.
How dare you
so this
face
is already
repercussions for
boring
your
me, so I'm just
decision?
going to scroll through real quick, and, alright, nothing looks super egregious. We're just going to move on. Because I can't be fucked to read this.
Okay. On an unrelated note, but better news, apparently, the thing is currently running free on YouTube with ads, so...
Nice.
I need
You
to
know what
actually,
else?
I don't think I've ever been able to see this movie in its entirety, so I might do that sometime this week.
Yeah. Or you could get the thing entirely for free. Without ads.
That's what, that's what a certain script blocking program is used for, Sneaky.
Yes, exactly.
Certain browser-based functions may also give you this arcane power, gentlemen.
Truly.
Yeah.
Hitake Tatsuya in Naruto. This is a Naruto fanfiction. Delve into world where enigmatic self-insert character emerges as a long-lost brother of legendary ninja Hitake Sakumo. The story unfolds in Hidden Leaf Village, Konoha, where the lives of familiar characters are forever altered by the presence of a newfound family member. Featuring the characters such as Kakashi Hitake, Tsunade, and Tsukumo Hatake.
Huh.
This is rated Fiction Plus Adventure. It's got 214 chapters with 255,000 words, which is fairly impressive, all things considered. But at the same time, it's not, because each chapter is like 1,000 words long, and that's kind of ass. Like, bro's got more chapters than reviews. He's creeping up on having more chapters than favorites.
Ooh.
That's a bad place to be, kids.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. It's like I never really understood this with lots of stories where like I've come across some stories occasionally that were like updating 5 times a day with 1,000-word chapters. It's like just update at the end of the day with one chapter, please. Jesus Christ. Because their story it became so disjointed, where every chapter basically couldn't like actually really get a scene going, because by the time it was finished describing the scene, it basically had to wrap up the scene. So it was like, all right, what the fuck's going on, you know?
The world may never know.
It was 38th year of Konoha, coinciding with time after Second Ninja World War. We find ourselves in Country of Fire, outside of Konoha Village, near Lakeshore Simple Cabin surrounded by field of cabbage, tomatoes, corn, and other vegetables. A better Sonnen updated? Don't know what that is.
Yeah, no idea
This
what that is.
cabin is located in the suburbs outside of Konoha's village wall. That doesn't exist. Like,
Yeah, such a
at
thing does
all.
not exist.
Like, suburbs don't even exist as a concept until after the Fourth Ninja War. Like, that just... like, you don't build suburbs during a time of war. You didn't. You built everything behind a wall. Just kind of how it went. A lot of, like, even if the wall was made of fucking wood, it was still there. You know?
Yeah. It wasn't a great wall, but it was a wall.
This cabin is located in suburbs where Naruto used to fish in original work.
Alright, I don't know
The
what
fuck?
that... You know what? I'm gonna just say that's a random author note.
I'll allow it.
I say I don't think of anything else that could qualify harder.
I'm just. When did he go fishing?
Fuck, I don't know. Ah, damn it, you summoned him.
Could have been an anime thing. Oh, the egotistical one is here.
He alone.
I was
You
snapping.
learn.
Oh, okay.
Gain all the
I just
oaths.
wanted to make sure you weren't fucking dead.
True, we hadn't
Yeah.
heard from you for a while.
That is funny coming from Sneaky though.
Now that being said, I did hear from him last night, but that was because Tanya posting.
Yes.
True.
You know, a lot can happen in 18 hours.
Yes, well, especially with Sign's diet and lifestyle.
Yes.
Surprised you didn't take a crack at his age there while you were at it.
Well, look, so, right, like, I can't really comment on his age. I mean, again, you know, I constantly bring up that some of the oldest men who have ever lived are smoking a cigar a day with a wake-up whiskey glass and a go-to-sleep whiskey glass. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of just, I mean, you know. Hey, that guy lived to 118, so I can't talk on that part, but I will absolutely clap on him for eating an entire salt block a day as part of his daily meal. I feel like his kidneys might be fully into their pickled state at this point. The only reason why he doesn't have a kidney stone is because his entire body is so desiccated that the kidneys aren't even able to start functioning, so they can't even create a stone in the first place.
Tracks.
If he ever gets cut, grains of blood fall out of his veins slowly.
Ate a dick.
Hey, look, just because that was on your schedule for today doesn't mean it was on mine.
It is not on my schedule.
Anyway. Oh, wow. Man, this is really on an opportune timing. So anyway, as we go back to talking about this 5 or 6-year-old child, thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Jesus.
A 5 or 6-year-old child with silver hair and face mask that covers entire face below bridge of his nose is seen walking to door of wooden house, raising his head, calling out, "Uncle." About half minute later, the door of the wooden house was slowly opened, revealing a man who is about second half of 25 years.
What?
Huh?
Oh no.
What the fuck does that mean? What? Oh, okay. Second half of 25 years. Sure. We're just gonna move on. With the same silver hair as the boy, but with more elegant, fierce demeanor. This man is truly heroic. For opening a door? I'm really confused, I'm gonna be honest. And
Yeah,
it's
I
the
would say
most
I, too,
suitable
suffer
word
from
to
confusion.
describe him, considering he doesn't even wear a farmer's straw hat on his head.
What?
Is this supposed to be One Piece or something?
It's a one. You're right. It is a One Piece joke.
Now here's the question: is it a joke, or are we on an unannounced crossover?
No, it's definitely a joke. The fuck did I
That's a
join into?
joke.
Well, you know. Yeah, no.
Questions you don't really want to ask, buddy.
You know. It's 50-50. You finally here to spend family time with me. What? The man said, lowering his head and casting his eyes upon the young boy. He then picked up a hoe from the side. It was a side hoe. and began working the ground. Uncle, my name is Kakashi, the boy spoke. Kakashi rolled his eyes in response, feeling speechless. Huh?
I don't understand where this is going.
Yeah, I got nothing here.
Despite growing up with this uncle for so long, he had only heard him call his real name a few times. 50-50 because he can fight Kaguya but nearly lost to Zabuza. So it doesn't matter who he fights, he always has a 50% chance to win. Wait.
So the
What?
self-insert has knowledge of 20 years into the future?
No, Kakashi does.
Unless the author's just trying to say that
No,
he
because
always
the
has
problem... No, because the problem here is that the author starts with Kakashi's point of view here, where Kakashi rolled his eyes speechless, even though he just spoke earlier. But it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then goes into talking about the 50-50 nickname, and then follows up with his uncle gave him a nickname since he remembers it.
Mm.
I just... so this is all from the perspective, or over-the-shoulder perspective, of Kakashi, who apparently also just randomly explained to us a nickname he shouldn't know. Hitaki Katsuya, 28 years old, Konoha Genin. He is younger brother of Tsukumo Hitake. White Fang Hitake Katsukatsi, 5 years younger than his elder brother. A person with enough strength to challenge his big brother or third Hokage. Huh? Then why the fuck is he a Genin?
Well, now, hang on. Getting isn't about your actual strength. It's your rank. It's private, lieutenant, etc. It has nothing to do about how good you can shoot, right?
Yes, but if his brother, who he can beat in a fight, is a Jonin...
That does not mean anything. He could have disrespected somebody and got busted back down to Genin for all he knows. Or it could be
I
like
mean,
Naruto.
yeah,
Actually, they
guess.
probably are taking the Naruto route and going, oh, well, guys, he's stronger than the Hokage, but he was never promoted above Genin.
You know, I wonder if there's some jackass 42-year-old out in the Naruto-verse who actually is Kage level, but keeps refusing the promotion from Genin.
Oh, yeah, no, there is. It was
Because it
part of a
won't
filler arc.
work.
Because he likes the easy chores around the village.
Yeah, he's called the Eternal Ganon.
No, the Eternal Ganon is a dude who actually just doesn't have that much power, but he sticks at it. That was a anime filler. If I'm
Oh, okay.
thinking of the one you're thinking of.
I thought that
talking
guy
about a
was as
dude
strong
who-
as Sarutobi.
I don't think he was. I would need to. I'll look into that while you continue reading this travesty of a grammar.
True. However,
'Cause
it is impossible to
it's
say
worse.
that Tatsuya is inferior to current Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen is still at his peak, being nearly 50 years old. There is no possibility that Sarutobi Hiruzen will ever get stronger. His strength will only decrease instead of increase due to his age. Someone should tell Madara that.
That's not true. I was about to say.
On the other hand, Hitake Tatsuya, just in his early 30s, has room of further improvement. Surpassing Sarutobi Hiruzen is very possible, but only a few people, like Hitake Kasukumo and Kakashi, actually know this. Okay.
Okay, yeah, this was a filler enemy, a filler dude, by the way.
Yes, we all knew that.
Yeah, he refused to be promoted, not because he likes the easy chores, but because he literally got his team killed.
That's fair.
And it's like, oh, you know what? That's fine. This is the path of eternal atonement. That's fine. He is strong enough that he was assigned to a mission with Might Guy at some point for trading secret scrolls between two countries.
Well, shit.
It's like, yeah, all right. And this is presumably Might Guy as an adult, because it's 6 years after Minato died. It's like, yeah, no, this is Jonin Might Guy that he's been assigned with. Okay.
Yes.
Also, I forgot Guy's dad was also an Eternal Genin, but he actually just wasn't that strong aside from the 8-gate technique.
Yes.
Which was great, because that was the moment of like, no guys, you don't understand how good the 8 gates are. This actual Eternal Genin stood up to the 7 swordsmen.
Not just stood up to.
Killed half of them.
He TPK'd them.
Max.
No, it wasn't a TPK. It was only half. But
The
still.
correct ninja term is punked.
True.
God.
Come
I can't
and
even...
let's have lunch together, Tatsuya invited Kakashi, loosening the soil, pulling out cabbage from the ground, picking some tomatoes. After washing the vegetables, I'm like 94% certain that's not what you're supposed to do with cabbages or tomatoes in terms of consuming them.
What do you mean?
Like, my grandmother has a tomato patch, and she
Yes.
constantly goes out to pick them all at the
Uh-huh.
same time to eat
No.
them.
No.
You
The only
just let
time
them.
you pick them
let them
all
just-
is
okay.
if you're intending to can them or otherwise store them. Otherwise, you leave most of them on the vine, you know, if you've only got a few on the vine to begin with. Let them ripen, and, you know, if they start looking overripe, then you pick all of them. And
Maybe you
can
get
them.
some preserve or something.
Yeah, you preserve them.
Damn, you know what? If I ever ended up in the Naruto world, I would just create an entire pickling empire.
Become a farmer.
Oh, God.
No farming. Pickling. Only pickling.
Yeah.
Warehouses of pickling.
Why would you
I don't-
introduce such evil to the Naruto universe?
For money.
Wide-scale food preservation is evil?
The pickle is evil.
Pickles. Evil.
They probably have access to a pickling method. I think the only thing you could bring to the table is figure out how to mass produce it.
Well, all right. So ninja by themselves have storage scrolls,
Right.
storage seals, things like that.
Right.
They could use as a preservation method, sure. But you see them like Naruto eats fucking ramen from a cup. Okay, they do have canning, storage, and other preservation methods.
Yeah.
Aside from that, they've obviously at the very least got dehydration and packaging.
Yes.
The Naruto world is in a weird fantasy modern setting, and this is
Yeah.
Naruto when suddenly there are skyscrapers past the Hokage Mountain.
Well, I mean, no, I mean,
You
it
know,
kind of makes sense,
electricity
right?
in television in Naruto's time, as a
Don't
Well,
forget,
means.
had-
no, but I
they
mean,
also had
it kind of
radios.
makes sense, right? Because it's like electricity, you would expect a lot of developments to occur with electricity, especially in like maybe cloud, because if to understand lightning chakra, you need to understand electricity. And a really advanced ninja who knows electricity gets old and is like, I bet I could do something with this copper.
He's gonna give it a lick.
Indeed. But yeah, so I mean, it's like I can totally see electricity being an anachronistic development. Same thing for steam boilers. Obviously, ninja know all about pressure. Um,
They are,
and
after all, under pressure all the time.
true, and also like physics applications as well. Things like gunpowder wouldn't take off as much because again, most ninja can run faster than someone with a gun can aim a gun, fire the gun, and reload the gun.
Yeah, that's why the ninja instead developed kunai guns.
Oh,
I don't like those, and I
Kunai
hate
goes
the
faster
fact
than
you
a
brought it
gun.
up.
All right, so
To be fair, at the strength we see Jonins casually knocking around, there's a good chance that there are some that are specialized in throwing kunai at supersonic speeds.
Probably,
so
yeah.
personally, I like to think the whole technology anachronism thing is based on summoning. Like they have used summoning to occasionally summon things from elsewhere, other places. They didn't know what the fuck it was. Broke it down, studied it, and went,
No.
"Oh,
No,
okay,"
that's kind of
No,
lame.
and developed first
Honestly,
principles.
No.
honestly, it would make a lot more sense if it was like a rise and fall civilization kind of thing. Like, oh, why do you guys have TV screens? I don't know. We know that 500 years ago there was a random restart on the civilization scale, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, that's
Because
fair, yeah.
Kaguya herself is. What did the stage? The stage goes back like 1,000 years, right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, but it's like, here's the thing, right? Like, again, communication technology, I can see actually being a massive investment by the ninja villages. So, and the byproduct of that being, motion picture.
Basically everything.
When you're set in a world where you are constantly at war, communication becomes one of those priorities.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
development.
Yes.
And, unlike other nations in real life, they didn't really have to put development towards better armor or better weapons because the ninja was the armor and weapon. And
Well, the
so,
problem is, ninja
Yeah, that-
are not. While the story is focused on the ninja, yes, they're not the be all end all. They're not where the world itself focuses their attention on. They're just hiding out in their little hidden villages, acting as an arm of their own local government. They're not
right, but
influencing the
the
rest of the world around them for the most
I'm
part.
gonna call bullshit on that because
It's in Shippuden.
because a literal force of nature throwing landscape changing attacks around becomes the center point for military power.
yeah,
It was
Yeah,
we were
except
told no, we were told through flashbacks the world was constantly at war and it was usually the ninja clans causing the trouble. And then the village system came around thanks to the first and second Hokage being like, I've had enough of this shit. Let's start rallying around countries.
right.
Technology suffered in exchange for, as LeMay's putting, jitsu development.
Yeah, exactly. And
because again, communication is a super important thing in a constant war-torn world.
yeah,
But transportation kind of is like, this guy can literally run at the speed of sound. So
well,
we'll just
not only that,
have him handle this.
the development of the car only came around when enough roads were good enough to be used.
and depending on how you view the movies, whether you take them as filler, pseudo canon, or pure canon, that was the only train we ever saw in the first Naruto movie. Like this train, they're like this.
Yeah,
train
no,
is,
Snow
like, a couple
specifically
decades
has
old.
the train. Yes.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
this is the only train we see. It is explicitly part of the reason you want to go to Snow, and it's still a really recent development for that country as a whole.
Yeah.
Also, random solar generators, but we don't talk about those.
Yeah, true. Infinite energy jutsu go. But no, but it's like the point is like when you have narrowed fields of investment, like all you have to do is invest in communication because you don't need to invest in guns, swords, armor, transportation because the ninja handle all of that themselves. So all you really have is infrastructure, electricity, communication.
And as much as I don't think Boruto is very good in comparison to Naruto, it did handle one aspect really well, which is in a time of actual unprecedented peace, as in none of the nations are currently at each other's throats. We don't have ninja deployed for military operations. There was a boom in innovation in every sector that mattered for
Right.
civilian life.
Well, and not only that as well, the skyscrapers actually make sense because I'm sure that any actual, Jonin level ninja in Earth Jutsu could make a skyscraper. But what a skyscraper is just a really large Jenga tower device for a ninja. And so you wouldn't build those if you thought a ninja was going to come along and use it as a bludgeoning tool against your village.
Yeah, like there's God help you if they send ninja with I don't know a specific style of like lava or magma release. Like, oh cool, hey, those are really cool steel beams you have. What if I just throw the power of the literal sun through them?
Ah, I see. Lava
no,
release can melt
mass
steel
devastation.
beams.
Fire release could do it.
Max, a second ninja has hit the towers.
God damn it!
Sneaky
Yeah,
speedrunning the ban process tonight.
The word second came out of like no.
I could hear him doing something stupid.
We could all feel it coming, but none of us.
No, see, actually, Atin on Twitch, making 9/11 jokes is just fine. You know, it's allowed.
Oh, really, huh?
Yeah. Considering that everyone that's done it so far hasn't been banned for it.
Yeah, but Sneaky, you're you, and that's even more offensive.
True, but I'll probably get banned for something else I've said, not that one. Also, yeah, there would probably be a lot of classification of research that, even if the radio did get made, you wouldn't have people out there being like, oh yeah, this is Ninja Pirate Radio 102.9.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of it's kind of bonkers that canonically there are civilian scientists who are like, yeah, we have found a way independently to store and seal jutsus in scrolls that anyone can use with or without chakra. It's like, what the fuck?
And somehow, none of them were assassinated.
I was about to say somebody's about to get assassinated.
Nah, man, that's the kind of thing that you take for your village. Because here's the thing.
So here's the problem. Those specific scientists are protected by the Fire Village, which means you gotta go through like at least 5 nuclear bombs.
True.
Let's say you successfully assassinate him. Okay, great. You just pissed off what is argued to be the strongest village at this point with Naruto, Sasuke, Tsunadi's successor Sakura, an entire squad of gate users that Rock Lee is implied to have personally trained are now mad at you.
Tsunade's still kicking though, isn't she?
Tsunade's enjoying her retirement.
Retired badass could in fact unretire briefly.
Also, God help you if Orochimaru decided, oh, that was actually one of my favorite scientists. I'm now going to remember my old
sorry,
science and reenact them.
Or you
My
mean that
brain.
as if the chat-
Are you guys familiar with the Jimmy Neutron versus Carl
Yes.
sketch fight?
Yeah.
No.
It's a very funny sketch fight. Basically, the guy decided to, for whatever reason, play a really catchy song while he drew out this battle between Jimmy and Carl over Jimmy's mom. And they are both these like hyper buff bodybuilders in it. And it's really funny. But my brain instantly went to that when Max is like, oh, you gotta fight 5 nuclear bombs. And my brain just starts playing through all the people. And then the final one made me lose it was fucking Hinata ripping her shirt off and being the ultra buff one.
God damn it.
Well,
Also, yeah, just a reminder, as far as the Fire Nation is concerned, remember, they've got the guys who can do that. Guess what? They win the next Ninja War, because just get every civilian and go, okay, everyone in Konoha, you have been issued your 2 mandatory Great Fireball Jutsus in a scroll provided to you by Sasuke Warcrime Uchiha. Please aim 45 degrees up and fire!
yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Konoha's
Yep, this
definitely
is
in that
it.
position of like, if anyone is like, we don't think these scientists should be doing this, it's like, cool. If you touch them, you will you are
You
going to
die.
bring the wrath of 10,000 supernovas. Sasuke is about to reenact the nice job taking care of the meteor. What about the second one?
I'm sorry, Max. I just imagined. All right, Konoha civilians, you have been issued your meteor scroll.
See this, but Hinata. and it's the
Oh,
total
Lord.
fucking muscle build anime style again, where it's she has the fucking jacket on and then takes the jacket off,
then
gains like
flexes.
17 sizes.
She flexes and busts her way out of that. All that's left on is her chest wrap.
And
And even that. it looks
she
like
doesn't
it's
just have
ripped
lion
away
heads
from
on
the
her fists
clothing.
anymore, it's just whole ass lions. Yeah,
It's
Hinata
her
be like,
pride of
exactly.
lions.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you threaten her Naruto time now that she's finally won.
Exactly. That's why I was fucking dying about it.
Like,
Oh.
leave the quiet one alone. Let her enjoy her hubby time.
When you interrupt the quiet one with your bullshit.
She is quietly contemplating war crimes. You see Hinata, it's like a flashback, and all of a sudden Erica starts playing.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's like, this was introduced as some weird like ninja tool that clearly is going to see civilians at some point. It's like, this has dramatic implications for the world now.
Yeah.
And this was still Kishimoto writing, I'm pretty sure at the time. Probably one of those.
No,
like,
I think his
give them such
apprentice
Hail
was the one
Mary
that
they can't
introduced it.
I think that is the
I-
apprentice.
that depends on who wrote the movie. Because that was one of the big subplots in the movie, was that particular ninja tool just being like, oh yeah, I know that you didn't do any training with
Wait, Which movie?
with fire jutsu, but which Boruto the
That-
Naruto the movie.
Oh
I
no,
think that was a
Kishimoto
movie.
didn't
I
have
think
any.
that just came
Yeah.
with the series.
I'm pretty sure the only movie Kishimoto ever worked on was The Last. Oh
Well-
god, Naruto totally spies crossover that's actually canon. Oh god.
Kishimoto took an even larger role in the making of this film and handling script, character designs, and screenplay.
Oh, well, alright.
So
That's
he
unfortunate.
had massive oversight for the movie, which is probably why the movie is actually still pretty solid for the most part, aside from the absolute character assassination of Naruto being a garbage father.
Riley. Yeah, but they kept that for the entirety of Boruto, though, didn't they?
Yeah, once they got to the tuning exams and all that, they had the resolution just like they did in the movie. But it's still like, come on, come on.
Like I
Naruto of
could
all
not
people should
see.
know better. Because it's one of those things where it's like, no, hang on a second. We can't say Naruto would be a bad father because he didn't have any role models. He had plenty of solid male role models in his life.
True.
No. Hang on. He's a quote unquote bad father because he's taking the Jiraiya example of not being there for the first 13 years of his son's life.
No, but he was there.
But he learned his lesson by leaving a shadow clone to handle this
Yeah. Which he
instead of
should
having
have
the shadow
done.
clone handle the work.
Well, yeah, okay. So
Naruto
even
literally has
even
the best power for it, and he didn't
even
use it
if
right.
he had just left the shadow clone with the family, isn't there like some? I'm pretty sure there's a comic or an episode where he poofs out and Hinata's just like, yeah, that's normal. That's just your dad. Get over it, kid.
Yeah,
No,
it's at his son's
keeping his
birthday.
physical
no,
body here.
no, it's at his daughter's birthday, and
You're right, it's his
Hinata
daughter's
was
birthday.
not happy about it. She was also mad.
Ah,
Yeah, but I mean, you kind
Look,
of married the Hokage, so.
yeah.
oh no, I know,
Knew
but
what you
there's
were
no.
getting into.
Here's the problem is that because we know that shadow clones keep all your memories and you also inherit their memories, there is no reason he can't have 1,000 shadow clones running around the office doing shit
And
while
doing the office work.
hanging
Yeah.
with the family
Oh
for.
no, no. So there's a great reason. See, author Handwavium dictates that Naruto needs to be an absentee figure in everyone's life because if he isn't, that means he would be able to actually preemptively stop Bolt from being Bolt, and would solve the issues before majority of them happen in the story.
Yes, true. There's also
Yeah, oh, God, imagine how good a security system he could have had though if he let the shadow clones handle office work after hours and shit. Like, all right, we got the Hokage. Poof. Oh God.
oh
Oh no.
no,
No,
That was a
see,
shadow
that
clone
was
we
not
popped.
the Hokage.
I
And
can
Naruto's just
totally
like,
see
an
Hinata.
assassination attempt. Interesting.
I can totally see
Hanzo, you fucked
Hinata
up.
being completely not amused by Naruto putting shadow clones transformed as household objects everywhere. Because Naruto would also do thoughtless shit like transform one as a plate and like put it in the cabinet to like surprise someone, except she goes to like put food on the plate and then cuts it and it poofs away, getting food all over the table.
See, it sounds like you're
Yeah.
remembering what kind of person Naruto is, Sneaky. We can't have that.
Right.
Well, I mean, it would be half on purpose, half unintentional.
And don't you know there's only one reason Naruto uses
Yeah,
shadow clones with Hinata? Wink, wink.
Oh,
so
of
LeMay,
course. He refused to use clones out of pride of doing the job.
So
Of course.
the problem with that, LeMay, is that goes against how he's been using shadow clones his entire life and continued to use them
Use
past this
shadow
point in
clones
time.
with massive abuse up until getting the hat, then stopped using them because, reasons and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds like absolute bullshit.
I'm right back, hold on.
Now, I could totally see Naruto going, hey, look, I want to spend at least the first year in office physically so I can know what it's like. Sure.
That
And then
would have been
uh,
fine.
after
'Cause
about a
his
year going, oh my god, all this paperwork, I'm done. Why didn't Sarutobi just use clones? They're so much easier than this bullshit.
or at the very least, why not use the clones to assist in in narrowing the paperwork down?
Yeah, and literally
Like,
everything.
fine,
That is
you
what
want to
they're
handle
for.
you want to handle some of that paperwork yourself,
That's
that's
fine.
fine. Make 3 clones and split that pile between the 4 of you.
Only 3? Make a dozen. Make 100. Have that
No,
shit knocked
no,
out
you,
before
Sign.
lunch.
There is actually a reason to use the minimum number of clones necessary, which is that I forget what it is, but like at a certain point you can accidentally induce like ego death and psychosis because you start going, "Am I the real me? Am I just a clone?"
Yeah, that doesn't work with Naruto. That's never
No, that doesn't
been a
happen
thing
in
with Naruto
Naruto.
himself.
The clones know they're clones. There was a filler arc that was like, what happens when a clone gets its own ego? But the clones know they're clones. Also,
No,
ninjas
but
are
like there's
ready to
like
die at any
it's
given
something to do with
time.
like bringing all the. Wasn't it something to do with like bringing all the clones back?
No,
Not for
that's the
anyone.
thing.
Not excuse me.
That
Not for
was in
Naruto.
My Hero Academia, but that was never mentioned in Naruto anywhere, as far as I remember.
Yeah, that's that dude from MHA.
Double,
On the
I
bad
think.
guy team.
Yeah, I think it was Double, because
Something like that.
twice. It was twice.
Twice. That's him.
Thank you, Aura. Um,
Yeah, Twice is basically Naruto, but with psychic damage from using clones.
yeah, because he had there was an incident where the clones started killing each other, insisting I'm the original, and we got to the point where he doesn't know if he's the original or a clone any longer.
I
going
say.
on now?
That was a big thing with his. The reason he wasn't overpowered until 5 minutes before he was killed is because his psychosis was holding him back from fully letting go with his power. Because what if I'm not the original? I'll disappear alongside them. And then he breaks through it and he becomes a serious fucking problem. It's like, oh no.
Wait a minute. I know I'm the real me.
Be-
Oh no.
Yeah, well, because the problem with Twice is he's one of those powers that is terrifying because it's unlimited. There is no upper limit to how many he can summon.
Oh, he could just
At
keep
all.
popping those fuckers out, eh?
He
Yep.
could just keep popping them out. Whatever upper limit there is, it's well into the thousands upon thousands.
As far as I'm aware, he can
So he's
also
Naruto.
double other people? Question mark?
Yeah, but those are temporary, I think. He can temporarily double other people. I think. That was Toga being Toga. I'm not sure.
It's probably Toga being Toga.
All I remember is
Toga's
that
being fucking weird again.
all I remember is that Twice was the only villain I liked because he had the most understandable backstory and reason for being the way he was.
I don't know. I think Toga's pretty fucking close.
Yeah, Toga. I like Toga. She's insane.
No
but
shit.
insane.
Wow.
was-
Hey guys, did you know that Sign enjoys the middle school girl?
Sign likes the middle school
She's high
psychopath.
school. You jackass.
Either way, he went
Actually,
straight
no. She's
under.
college age.
Oh bullshit.
No. Remember, in the MHA world, the Hero
go from-
Academy is considered their college.
No,
Yes.
No,
it's
but they go
fucking
from-
not.
no.
It's a
they go-
it is distinctly
go
labeled
from
as a
middle to-
high school, brother.
Yeah, they go from
Is
middle
it?
school to high school
Yeah.
for that. So
Hmm.
it's, you could argue it's an advanced academy at best, probably.
You also have to keep in mind that the Japanese high school is not the same as an American high
True.
school.
It's also they've got the elevator schools where you just go straight into the
College. Yeah.
college from the high school, and you didn't even leave the campus. You just went to a different building.
Hey, and now,
That's
no,
some-
not justifying Toga. Toga's pretty good though in terms of a backstory, villainous, the quirks. Again, I think the main issue My Hero has is the fucking author had no idea where the fuck he was going with it.
That's one issue, and it is a big one. The
Yeah.
other is the whole never taking this seriously enough thing.
My
Mm,
Hero.
Like he did
had
not want to get
the
dark
s-
with it.
It had the
Well,
same problem as Bleach. You had your
Yeah.
perfect cutoff point, and then you kept fucking going.
Well, it's not just perfect
Yeah.
cutoff point because it did have one, but the other problem is the whole all for one thing. Him still being alive, him being able to steal quirks in general is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it makes no fucking sense because the quirk is like it's not just the quirk, it's also part of your soul because it carries an
But it's also
imprint of you.
biological.
But it's also but it's also biological, but it's not. Some of them just manifest things without, any sort of relevancy to the actual operation occurring.
Oh God. The engines in his legs. That
Those are all
shit-
biological,
Ooh.
brother. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
some fine
also-
biological
no,
machinery.
no. Like that's stretching the whole biological thing, right? But it's at least got something to it. So basically, he has to drink orange juice because for some reason for him, orange juice fuels the engine in his legs. At least there is a sequence of events that connect everything, and somehow the engines in his leg make him faster. Don't fucking ask, they just do.
Mm.
I'm okay with that level of biological hand waving. My issue comes from shit like what's her face Momo, where she's just like yeah, I burned some fat cells and a minor amount of fat cells to be clear because she's already pretty fucking skinny. She burns a minor amount of fat cells and she's able to manifest a gasoline powered scooter.
Yeah.
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 Yep,
She,
because she
does
knows
some
that she knows the chemical makeup of it.
the molecular.
But here's the problem, though,
configuration of
right?
it.
Is that gasoline contains way more calories than you can even fit in the human body.
Yes.
Remember,
So
kids, if you're trying to bulk up, drink gasoline. No,
True.
don't actually
Don't-
fucking do that.
don't
Holy
Eat
do
shit,
uranium.
I am making a joke.
You
Do
have
none of those things. It will
1.2
kill you.
billion calories in uranium. Eat uranium, never eat again.
Don't. Yes, you will never eat again. Don't do this.
I think you're better off trying to eat the, what was it, like 9,000 something bananas to equal that or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Child, you must
Um,
consume 9,000 bananas. Do not ask questions. Consume.
True. But yeah, no, I mean, it like as long as there's like some play around with it, I'm kind of fine with it. But Momo just being able to manifest really complex things, like if she was only able to manifest like a staff or armor or like basic armor, a shield, right, something like that.
Yeah.
A compound that produces a flashbang, stuff like that, right? I'd be like, okay, fine. But no, she's like, yeah, a fucking scooter, a cannonball with gunpowder. It's like, that takes a lot of energy. That takes a
Kinda breaks
lot of
conservation
energy.
mass. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just
Yeah.
conservation
Also-
of mass.
also-
It's a massive conservation of energy thing. Like she needs to be eating
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
entirety of the Straw Hat Crew's daily food
Yeah.
during
Let's not
one meal.
forget, part of her training was to keep eating while producing stuff, because apparently training her quirk means being able to put stuff out faster as well as making it more efficient to make said thing.
Which I don't know how you get
Like,
any more efficient than apparently 100,000% conversion rate. Yes.
You do that
Gotta-
faster, obviously.
Gotta push that 100,000.1%, baby. Let's go.
True. Yeah.
Also, you convert it faster. As soon as it gets into your stomach, you convert it directly into whatever you're converting. It's not even going to nutrients at that point.
God, the quirk training was really weird too. Like, Ida's whole thing with the engine is like, well, how do you guys train your quirks? Oh, we rip the pipes out. Huh?
Oh yeah,
make
that was fucked.
Yeah, we ripped the pipes out to
Well-
make them grow back stronger. It's like, what?
Stronger,
fuck you
bigger,
say?
faster. It's like,
Yeah, it's like, what?
No,
Does
like
it-
here's the
does
thing.
it-
Here's the thing.
doesn't that hurt? Oh, it's excruciating. Oh,
What?
My favorite part
No.
is how fucking calm Ida is about it. Oh yeah, it's terrible. Ida, buddy.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, But even all of that, I can sort of just like hand wave off and dismiss. I can even
Well,
dismiss
because here's the thing, right?
you
Like,
know, I'm
if
gonna
you think
pass
of
my
his
quirk on.
engines like there's some kind of like bone,
I think of like
you
a
break
fungus.
a bone, the bone's stronger when it comes back. Okay, like sure,
Oh.
fine, I kind of get it.
Oh.
It's fucked, like way fucked, but okay, I kind of get it.
No, but this is what I'm saying though, right? It's like I can sort of like if you're gonna keep this in the realm of biology, I can be like, all right. I mean, this is really weird, but sure, right? I'll buy it. But then it's like, oh well, actually, here we're gonna introduce this villain. If he touches you, he can somehow completely edit your genetic code to not have that quirk anymore, and not only does it edit your genetic code to not have that quirk anymore, but you're totally fine without that DNA
Oh yeah,
somehow.
Yeah, it's
Sneaky,
definitely not gonna
sneaky.
mess you up.
Sneaky, you gotta cut the stream, man. It's Guru's last unarchived karaoke.
Bro, I'm just gonna download it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Or we could just play it on stream instead of
No.
this.
no.
No.
I don't think that's a good idea.
God, I wish.
Somehow I feel like that would be a bad plan.
No, it's a great idea.
Not while we're restreaming to both YouTube and Twitch.
No, there will be zero consequence of this whatsoever.
Yeah, if MHA powers weren't tied to DNA shit, the powers could probably be waived off no matter how outrageous it was. No. See, it can still no. See, here's the problem, right? Is you leave it in the gray void vagary area, right? Is you don't really go, oh, it's in the DNA, but then you also don't go, it's like, oh, it's soul based, because then that makes no fucking sense. Because if it's soul based, how do they lose the quirk to him? How is he taking snapshot? Like power copying, I can sort of also get. Oh, like you have plenty of psychics in the X-Men and shit that are like, oh yeah, by touching like this item that someone else used, I like can get their memories by what's that fucking psychokinesis or some shit where like by touching an item someone's used, you like remember things they thought about while using that item. Psychometry, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so I could see some sort of like psychometry equivalent with this guy copying people's powers and be like, okay, cool. Oh, this power, the reason why All Might can give it on, it's like, oh, it's because actually this power is like a seed that grows in people. It's like, all right, weird, but I can get behind it.
Weird, and I regret.
The compounding quirk kind of works, even if it's weird.
Yeah, exactly, right. And
the implication.
But then they're like, oh, but actually souls! But actually, even though souls are involved, this guy can still steal them! It's like, what?
How the fuck?
Yeah, like the fact that once One for All matured enough over the course of 8 or 9 heroes, suddenly the last user can actively interact with
somehow.
pieces of previous user souls? Really?
Like, that's horrifying.
Yeah, they're just echoes. It's fine.
Yeah, all for one, being able to take powers was fine and use them, but tying that, he shouldn't have given he should not have given a hard science explanation. It should have been like, no one really understands.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying though, right?
Ongoing.
Is that he gave every explanation. It was a hard science. It was a soft science. It was soul based. It wasn't soul based. His power is magic voodoo, but also I have to explain it. It's like, stop explaining things.
Yeah. Like near the end of it, as we were finally approaching the end, like with Star Spangled.
Yeah.
Her quirk being like, you get 3 wishes essentially, and you can change the wishes out, but it can only ever be 3 at a time.
Yeah.
And one of the things she used it on was like, when you are taken from me, you're going to rampage in the body of whoever took you and start destroying what other quirks exist there.
Which, I
And
mean,
so
listen.
when All for One took it, it started actively destroying. It's like, so is it destroying fragments of souls? Is it destroying DNA strands? What's going on here?
Also, if quirks are part of your soul and your soul's getting stolen by him, are you still in you, or are you in the quirk being stolen?
I
Or
think
the
it's
fact
saying
that
there's two.
All for One was able
So
to
the man is
implant.
cloning souls.
All
Yes.
for One was able to implant a piece of himself into Shigaraki,
That could
and in
then
the
eat him.
final fight, in the final fights, he's actually like, "That's weird. Shigaraki's still in control. How did my other consciousness not take over yet?" It's like, wait, hang on. So you have a connection to that at the same time? What? How does this work?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fucked.
like he just he tried explaining too much and then hand waving every time he ran up against a wall where his explanations would have said he couldn't do something. It's like
Anyway,
this
yeah,
is what I'm.
good night.
This is why I go on these rants
Night.
about these new authors. It's like just don't explain it. Then you don't
Yeah.
have to explain it. Don't.
But
If
but I
you
wanna
want
use
the ability to
techno
hand
level.
wave shit, just don't explain it.
Explain
Not
nothing.
everything
It's better
needs
for
an
your audience.
explanation.
Exactly.
If you want to go in depth, then you have to have one explanation and you stick with it. You don't go wishy-washy and add every single thing to try and justify the new groundbreaking thing.
But then you say that some quirks are soul based, some quirks are DNA based, and some are this,
This
and some are
quirk is
that. That way
meth
you can.
based. He's
Yeah,
like,
And
no
that's why
fear.
All for One can
That way you
take them
can
all
use
because
all
fuck
of
you.
them. Because
Fuck you, he's
that's
on
right,
meth.
yes.
I also hate the whole quirk singularity fucking timeline bullshit. It's so fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
it's so
We've talked
stupid.
about that before. It was so lame. But
Yeah.
anyway, massively derailed. Point being, skyscrapers are real. Anyway, 'cause
Are
that
they
was
though?
that's where we started. So yeah.
Skyscrapers in Naruto are only possible because they don't have to worry about war.
Unprecedented era of peace, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, come in, let's lunch, blah, 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 stool through one of Kakashi. Uncle, it's not time to eat. Who talks in semicolons? What the fuck, author? Dad recently, before Kakashi could finish, he quickly told Tetsuya, wait, before Kakashi could finish, he told Tetsuya.
Wait, Tetsuya as... Wait, are we still
His
looking
uncle?
at the same thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Also, isn't
Wait,
Tetsuya the name
wait,
of the one
I'm,
found for? The pink-haired girl with the flute?
no, you're thinking of Teyuya.
That's Tayuya, yeah.
This is OC.
Yeah, this is Tatsuya.
Totally
Don't be
different name.
racist, Max. I'm just this author leaves me absolutely baffled about who's the narrative and who's talking and what the angle of discussion is coming from, because the uncle throws a stool at Kakashi and says, let's go eat some food. Kakashi responds with, it's not time to eat, and then tries to explain something, but gets cut off by himself. Because it says,
Okay.
before Kakashi could finish, which usually implies that someone's cutting him off, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem here is, he, in this sentence, is referring to Kakashi. Because he quickly told Tatsuya about what happened to his father. So his father indicates that he is talking about Kakashi. Kakashi is telling Tetsuya about what happened to his father. But the suffix of the sentence is before Kakashi could finish. So it reads as, before Kakashi could finish, Kakashi told Tetsuya about his father. So he's interrupting himself while telling someone about something, to tell them about that thing.
That is a thing a child would do. Conversationally, I mean,
No.
they do that. I know what you're saying.
He's
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, he's not getting distracted. He's not meandering or anything. The author is saying that Kakashi is cutting himself
Interrupting
off
himself.
while trying to tell his uncle about
Yeah.
what happened to his dad. And so to prevent himself from being cut off by himself telling Tetsuya about his dad, he quickly tells Tetsuya about his dad.
Ugh.
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense at all.
Those are words. I wish you hadn't said them.
Thank you. This needed to be worded better. No. No. This didn't need to
There's
be
no
worded
salvaging
better.
this.
There is no
That needs an
salvaging
entire
this.
rewrite.
This could not be salvaged.
Because even the rest of the sentence doesn't even make sense. So say you fix this entire early section. The back half of the sentence is about the recent anomaly of his father. His dad came home sad from the battle. A, that's not a fucking anomaly. Oh, my dad came home sad after killing hundreds of people and losing his entire team. This is outlandish.
Unprecedented.
Probably the whole losing the team thing.
No.
Yeah,
I
but
can see him just killing 100 people and going, that's Tuesday.
Right, but it's not an anomaly, though, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not weird that a soldier comes home from the battlefield different than when he went to
No.
it. Like, that's
It
not
is
an
weird
anomaly.
in this kid's experience for his dad to come home being sad.
No, because
if he never
Kakashi
has
at age
before.
6 is already in war.
How old is he in this?
6.
Yeah, this should be in the middle of the third
that
war.
should be in the middle of the third. Yeah, he should already be
Yeah.
Ganin by now. Only not on
Yeah.
his team.
Chunin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In all honesty, this would have made sense for it to have been like shortly after the end of the war. Instead of
Yes.
dealing with his brother, he's dealing with his nephew's grief.
Yeah.
And the 50/50 name should have been a reference to his new eye instead, as a way to try and like cheer him up, despite being an awful attempt at doing so.
Exactly. Yeah, like this is just all the fucking over the place in terms of narrative, who's describing what. I mean, the bad grammar, fucking whatever else we can slap on here. Like, it's just stupid.
Author is just stupid. Do we have a block for that?
Author knows nothing.
We have 2 blocks technically for that, both
Yeah,
of
you
which
know what,
are okay, buddy, and this gave me cancer.
I'm gonna say this gave me cancer and bad grammar. Because this is just fuck. This is
Flashbang by words.
no.
No, we want
No,
no,
no.
no
Flashbang by words,
flashbanging.
it would be like the author suddenly going, and then Tsunade pulled out her 17-foot dick and fucked Naruto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. Flashbang by words.
What have you been reading, Atin?
That's what I'm saying. That's what that shit would be. That's what would make us go, what in the fuck?
Are those the only 2 we've got so far?
What? No, we have first fanfic, sign L, random author note, bad grammar, and this gave me cancer.
I need a randomly abusive and non-chapter.
I ain't getting bingo.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. We got Konoha's Sage of Life. Oh, I'm sure this will be good. Kanata Kyoichi transmigrated to Konoha. Really? And became temporary instructor of Ninja Academy. Oh, just... Okay. Fortunately, he awakened the mentoring system A game system.
Oh, here we go.
Go ahead and
Ain't
mark that
no
down.
way we're starting with that.
We are.
Yep. By teaching others, he gets rewards. Thus began Kyoichi's career as a, air quotes, teacher in the ninja world. What do you mean air quotes teacher? You're just a straight up fucking teacher. What do you mean air quotes?
Sneaky. He's a teacher in the way Sensei from Blue Archive is a teacher.
Yeah, probably.
You shut your. Ugh, ugh.
Of course you go there.
He broke out Tsunade's 15-foot dick earlier, and you didn't jump on him, but I referenced
Because
Blue
I'm
Archive.
making a hypothetical example that, let's be honest, someone's done.
Yeah.
Yes, someone's probably done that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh boy.
So anyway, let's read it. The author, by the way, is named God Dragcell.
Oh god.
Mm.
And then Bro proceeds to put in the summary reviews by other ninjas. Review of Sensei by Shisui. Sensei's unique interpretation of the Will of Fire has given the Uchiha clan a sense of direction. Asuma's review reads, nothing, because it gets cut off because the author's fucking retarded.
You know what? The sense of direction given to the Uchiha clan was that they need to purge the village. This can't be allowed to continue.
True.
Urge the
True.
heretic.
Actually, you know what? The previous story can also give you unannounced POV change because the author changed who was narrating multiple times.
Oh yeah, I did.
Man, man, I've got so many different ways this could work.
Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that one day I would transmigrate into Konoha and I end up as an intern teacher? Damn it. Wait,
What?
why are you angry that you're...
Horrifying.
Brother!
Oh,
You're a
this is
ninja
terrible! I'm not on the front lines dying!
I
My
don't
life
have to
sucks.
leave the village!
How awful.
Yeah.
The safest job I could have in this hellhole.
Yeah, but your coworker is Mizuki.
True.
Who did kill several coworkers in private.
Skill issue, really.
Yeah, true. Massive skill
Besides, you know that shit's happening. Be sick that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be sick several times a month.
You're a good coworker. Don't come into school today.
Yeah, exactly, brother.
Oh god. Mizuki, she was enough to be like, I don't need to kill this one. Orochimaru doesn't have to know.
No, he looks at you. God, I think the cruelest thing I can do to Konoha is leave you teaching these kids.
Well, the cruelest thing I could do to you is leave you teaching these kids.
I recommend this man to personally handle Naruto's grading.
No.
Remember, he's secretly a bomb.
True. My favorite part is where we all beat up the bomb constantly and shit all over him. That was my favorite part. Surely this will have no long-term consequences.
Yeah, right?
Let's
They're
all
so
isolate the
afraid.
bomb and make sure the bomb feels as unwelcome as possible.
Afraid and worried about him that they, you know, try to set him off.
We
He'll
must
be
we must ensure the bomb understands its true purpose to be a weapon.
And if the bomb goes off, we were always right. We were always right about it the whole time. That it was nothing but a dirty bomb.
You know, now I imagine, like, the welcoming ritual in Megaton is you have to go up and kick the nuclear bomb. Like, that's how everyone comes into Megaton. And then one day the bomb goes off, and they're like, I knew it was always gonna go off, dirty bomb.
The bomb, baby.
Well, if we're talking about conventional weapons, those things are made specifically not to go off unless they've been armed a very specific way.
I'm aware.
Brother, this one was actively dropped into America and has been sitting in a radioactive crater for 200 years.
Oh, yeah,
That
they ain't
actually
going
gives
off at
more
all.
credence to the fact that it wouldn't go off. But
Yeah.
not the point. Not the point. I'm just using it as a allegory of stupidity. Here's this big device that could kill us all. Let's all make sure it's as broken as possible. That'll definitely pan out well for us.
These people have never heard of a fail deadly.
Man, I love making my bases fail deadlies in Minecraft. That shit was the best. Kept people honest. They never stole from you if everyone knew that you mined your entire base with TNT.
Khajiit has wares if you have coin. By the way, I think I heard my favorite Khajiit based insult. Khajiit thinks your wagon is short 3 wheels.
Damn.
I mean, isn't that just a wheelbarrow?
Yes.
Anyway, Kanda Kuichi sat in the office. Also, by the way, dude, if you're not Korean, you cannot use transmigrated. I don't know if you're Korean or not. No, okay, no, hold up.
Can.
Pokemon Farm Story, this dude might be Korean. This dude might be Korean.
A deeply unfortunate state of affairs.
And
Yeah.
no, sign. No, I don't accept it when people are like, oh yeah, transmigration. Transmigration is literally just isekai, but you're using the Korean word. You're weird if you do that.
This
Yes,
is
but it's the
isekai with a different word.
Look, it's the actual English word for isekai, which is in fact the Japanese word. So you'd be being more American using transmigration, even though everybody uses fucking isekai, because everybody understands what it is.
Well, no, the American understanding would be reincarnated.
Those are two different things, God damn it.
Yeah, but they're all used the same way in the modern understanding.
Or we could do like
That's
English
because
has
also-
always done and just mug the language.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
True.
Yeah, hang on a minute. English is the king of walking up to someone, punching them in the stomach, and going, "This is my fucking word now."
Yeah, and we've effectively done that with isekai at this point.
Yeah, but that's exactly
My
our point.
point.
Don't go using transmigrated. We already mugged someone for the word. We are not. Do you think that we're fucking French and we have some
We're
kind
not
of
giving it back.
department sitting there making sure to come up with the perfect translation of every goddamn word that comes up?
You know, if we did have a department, I'm pretty sure some people would call it racist.
I want to
Yeah.
be clear. That is a real
Mm.
French thing.
I'm aware of the French Department of Frenchness. I'm aware.
Well,
Like,
at least
I
it's
like
cannot
the
stress
German
enough.
equivalent.
That is a thing.
Huh.
No,
They had to disband
Germany
that
doesn't
one.
have a department that does that. German
Their whole
just goes,
government.
okay, this word means this and this. We will now bolt these two German words together.
Ah, yes, my Panzerkampfwagen ambulance.
Yes.
But that's the thing. When German does it, they're just going, fuck it, bolt this shit together. French, again, this is the thing that makes it different to me. The French have a department for this.
Yeah.
Panzerkampfen, Flammenwerfen, Wagen.
Did you? The fuck you just say to me? You
Yes.
goddamn kraut?
Indeed. Anyway, so, blah, blah, blah. Just yesterday, he was struggling with elementary school kids who didn't like male teachers. Now, those problems, along with the risk of being unemployed or getting complaints from parents, seems trivial. Ah, yeah, no, this is definitely Korea.
How do you figure?
Oh, sexism against male teachers.
No, that's a thing in America.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be unemployed from it.
No, you wouldn't be unemployed from it, but it is definitely a thing in America, and it's a you'd better never be alone with any student or
Oh, I
behind a
mean,
closed
it's
door with
actually
any
kind of the
student alone.
opposite these days, at least up here in New Jersey. I have some family members who are teachers, and they were men, and they were getting buried in job invitations to work at various schools because the gender ratio of the teachers in all of these schools has gotten so bad they're now in violation of gender hiring policies because there's too many women.
Yep. I'm not surprised.
Lamau.
No, I mean, you know, they kind of made it a hostile term for men to be teachers, and then were shocked when men
Yep.
stopped being teachers. You'll just encourage to be promoted? Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, Korea's got this whole, like, persecution complex against men doing anything. So,
Well, that's because of the 8 goddesses.
yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, if he's saying, oh, he's gonna become unemployed because some bunch of school kids don't like having a male teacher, no, that's 100% Korea. That's not that's not America, or at least not California. Not America, excluding California. I don't know what the fuck goes on in California. I don't want to know what the fuck goes on in California.
Everything's on fire.
Not anymore. Now they've moved on to everything being water.
Oh, everything's
Have
underwater
they?
No,
now?
Okay.
Excuse me.
it's gonna come soon though. They're gonna go back to being on fire. Kind of
Or
It's
it'll be
very-
windy, or it'll be earthquakey.
Yeah.
does
Hearing the
happen.
Or a
noisy kids
combination.
outside, he couldn't muster any excitement in his heart. The ninja world was far too dangerous. Konoha was relatively safe, but even that wasn't free of disaster over the years. Not long ago, the Battle of Kikyo Pass just ended. Kyoichi had been injured in that conflict, and once his wounds were mostly healed, he was assigned to the Ninja Academy as a teacher. Sigh, if only the Senju clan hadn't declined, I could have just coasted along through life under their protection. Kyoichi let out a sigh. The Kanata family carried traces of Senju blood. The Senju clan had once been illustrious, but starting from the first Hokage, the clan gradually dispersed and merged into Konoha's population. By the time of the second Hokage, only a few direct bloodlines remained. Now the only one who could be considered a true Senju was Tsunade. And yet, even Tsunade didn't use Senju as a surname anymore. As for the benefit of being part of the Senju clan, Kyoichi wasn't entitled to any of it. He figured that the Senju blood in his veins wasn't particularly potent. Certainly not more than Tsunade, the first Hokage's granddaughter. The sage body? Forget about it. As for talent, at 15 or 16 years old, he was still only a chunin. That was probably the best he'll ever hope for. Kyoichi was deeply troubled. At this rate, the odds of him living to old age were slim. After all, Konoha's future would bring one disaster after the other. Third Shinobi War, Nine Tails, Konoha Crush. A mere Chunin wouldn't stand a chance against these threats. Just the aftermath of these events could easily kill him. Maybe I should get my hands on Hamashima cells. Who knows, I might unlock the wood release, Kyoichi thought to himself. The ninja world was perilous. Without strength, he was basically in a waiting game of death. As he mulled through these thoughts, the bell outside suddenly rang. Oh, so by the way, every new sentence gets its own paragraph. It's 100% Korean based. Whether that's I grew up reading Korean web translations, or I am Korean and so I'm writing in Korean style. I don't know which. Both are wrong. The author can get his feet fed through a wood chipper. Just his feet.
Just his feet, okay.
I think the thing I most despise about English is people that write English like it's their language. It's not. Don't write English like it's French. Don't write English like it's Japanese. Don't write English like it's Russian. It's annoying as
German.
fuck to read. Well, no, the Germans actually write English correctly, surprisingly.
Well,
enough.
yes, that's German perfectionism. They will do any language they learn as correctly as they can,
Except their own. What a shame.
Except their
including
own.
their own.
And be a school admin or principal, break up fights between teenagers, etc. Yeah. But no, that's not really allowed these days.
Well, there was that guy who just got punched and then started punching back.
Yeah, I'm sure he got suspended.
He was a principal.
Yeah, I'm sure he got suspended.
Oh, probably. Unfortunately. 'Cause it's kind of based.
Yes, very.
How old was the student in question? Because if they're high
Does it
school
matter?
age,
This
As-
high
oh,
school age.
well, no, it does. Because at high school
Yeah.
age, that's a very important time in life for learning to fuck around and find out.
This kid looked
Let me put it this way.
18.
Oh, so he was attacked by an adult. Got it.
Let me put it this way. He looked like he had been held back.
Max,
a few
don't you
years.
know people are children until they're 24?
Yeah, one of them.
And then if
Gotta be one of those cases.
then they're still children until they hit 34.
And then they're still children in their 50s.
Don't you know any woman under 6 foot is a child? According to the left.
Yes, you're taking advantage of her because you have a power imbalance by being taller than her. That is literally an argument they have made.
Yep. She's a
I have
child
really bad
because
news for
you're
them.
taller.
My dude, my bro, she is literally a child. She is only 5'7". You are 5'8". She is a child.
Don't you know? Oh god.
She is 3 years older than you, but you have an inch on her. She's a child.
Ah,
to
man,
you.
that was so fucking bad at my school. Champlain was deep in that. I'm pretty sure Atin remembers those fucking posters they were putting up at the apartments.
Which one?
The one where it was if you're both drunk, you, the guy, are at fault.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh, they did that at my old school too. Well, they started doing it recently.
Yeah, I literally like asked. I forget who I asked, but like they were like putting up the posters or something. I was like, but how is it my fault? They're like, oh well, you should have known better. It's like, what about her?
I was drunk.
Should she know better? Oh, she's drunk. It's okay. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
So I'm drunk. I should have known better. She's drunk. It's your fault still. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, for
Oh,
whatever reason,
God.
the rules there always assume that the man is the aggressor and the woman is the aggrieved party. Every time.
Yeah, no, I remember some shady shit happened with that, and it was a bunch of girls using that to fuck some guys over.
Mm-hmm.
But yep. Anyway, let's see here. Blah blah blah. Class was over. Looks like next class is mine. Kyoichi was responsible for teaching ninjutsu. He didn't understand why he was assigned this subject. From what he heard, the previous instructor died, so they just drafted him to fill the gaps. As such, his position was merely temporary. Okay, let's get this over with. Ninjutsu class wasn't particularly challenging. Basic skills, like the three basics, were more than enough to teach these kids. Just as Kyoichi stood up, a strange voice echoed in his head. Activating gamer mentor system activation complete. Gain rewards by teaching children. Great rewards await those who become mentors. A beginner's gift is available. Would you like to claim it? Mentor system, beginner's gift, onboarding package, claim it. Your proficiency in the three basics have been maxed out. Reward, bloodline purification. Your Senju bloodline has been purified, giving you Senju blood. Your earth and water release techniques are stronger now. A flood of knowledge filled him about the three basics, and then suddenly a rush of heat through his body. His body temperature was rising rapidly. Was this the purification effect? At first, Kyoichi was confused, but soon he was overjoyed. The Senju bloodline. Now, he had enhancements to his constitution, earth
So this is
release,
just
and
proof
water
that this
release.
idiot, that this person's an idiot. Because if they actually knew anything,
Yeah.
some dude randomly waking up with the Senju bloodline when he did not have it before, bro. Best case scenario, Hiruzen's gonna ask you very politely what the fuck is happening.
No,
Worst case
he's
scenario,
a branch family.
no, but he had nothing.
Yeah,
That's my
Well,
point.
Yes, but you never
Theoretically,
know.
as a branch family, it could have just awakened one day for no reason. He stubbed his toe and it awakened. Theoretically,
I
like you've
stubbed my
got
toe on a pine
a
tree.
distant ancestor who happened to be an Uchiha. You stub your toe and get a little pissy, and all of a sudden you wake up a Sharingan.
Yeah.
Time to find my brother. I need an eye.
Well, the problem with that is the brother also has to wake up his shit if he even gets it.
Which means you have to subject your brother to horrible torture to wake up his shit.
Yeah. Truly. He alone is the chemically stable one. Okay, well, what's a stronger constitution meant greater chakra reserves. He could now start do things like getting Hiroshima cells and extraordinary feats, and who knows, maybe with the mentor system he would unlock the sage body. For the first time, he felt like he had a chance surviving. What is the mentor system? From what the system said, it looks like teaching people would give him results, and being a life mentor would give great benefits. But what was a life mentor? I kind of feel like that's self-explanatory. Is anyone else having issues with that one?
Teach small children.
No, there is a very specific Japanese thing for that where it's it is what it sounds like, yes, but it's a more formal role than it would be in like America or something.
Right, sure, but you can still be a teacher that inspires something in their students and like that
Yes.
gives out wisdom for that it's valuable for the rest of their lives. And,
A life
like,
mentor would show up to somebody's home when they're in trouble.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's just the occupation, not what we're talking. That's also a crisis mentor. But no, point being though is like I'm not really sure how he's confused what exactly a life mentor might entail. It's like I don't know, rub some brain
Name
cells
on
together
10.
there, buddy. Little pup. After pondering that for a while, he decided to ignore it. Wait, he's on his way to class. How long is he pondering this shit for?
A while.
Sneaky. Never question a man on how long he ponders his orb.
True.
Very
Look,
true.
I like to ponder the orb when I go to the restroom first thing in the morning. It's a good 20-minute orb
time.
pondering process.
Jesus Christ, sign. As he walked, he noticed the changes to his body. Enhanced constitution made him lighter on his feet.
That's not how that works.
Don't question it.
At the
That's
classroom
not what
door,
Constitution is.
it was Uchiha Obito. You're Uchiha Obito. Yes. Take your seat. What?
What?
Huh?
What was that interaction? He recognized several more faces. Rin, Kurenai, Asuma, Sarutobi, even Shisui, Anko, and Hayat Gecko! I don't know why he's like arbitrarily like, oh yeah, this person deserves a last name, this person not so much, fuck them.
Fuck you. You don't deserve a last name, motherfucker.
I can't remember your last name because you weren't important enough. You didn't show up in enough of the manga.
True.
Didn't show up in enough
The war left manpower
Also
stretched thin.
true.
Many teachers have been sent to the front lines, forcing the Ninja Academy to combine classes with students of similar ages. Huh? A temporary measure that included Kyoichi's assignment. Hello everyone, blah blah blah. Sensei, battlefield, practical techniques, speechless, Obito, other ones looked interested. Aside from the 3 basic, blah blah blah, suitable for teaching. 3 basics are already perfect, you don't need more practice. Fine, today's first lesson, I'll assess your 3 basics. If you meet my standards, I'll teach you something new. Head to the training field. Obito, Shisui, step forward. Both of you attack me with everything you got. Okay. I mean, okay, so I guess it gets to the point. The system gets introduced in chapter 1. But holy fuck, that's this is a dog shit story.
Yes. Too bad we don't have a block for that.
Oh, you know what? I
That's
didn't
too
leave a
generic,
review
brother.
to this chapter. Let me leave a review on that previous stories chapter. I don't know what's happening.
You're gonna have to be more specific than that. 'Cause
Don't
he'll think he should
think
explain.
The author does either.
Oh, now he's definitely gonna PM you to explain.
I know.
Amazing.
Bait. Set. Match. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, whoa, wait, what the fuck?
What happened?
I just looked up. Apparently, in the previous story, Tatsuya unlocks the dimensional evolution system, where he gets Hawkeye's swordsmanship from One Piece, evolution percentage 68%, whatever the fuck that means.
Huh?
Fucking what?
He calls the Naruto world the Hokage world.
Huh?
This is Hokage land.
You're throwing some words at me.
I can see
Body
Kanye
flicker
Element make-
jutsu
What?
Hokage world Shunpo bleach evolution degree 25%. What does that mean?
I was fully
I-
expecting 420 Blaze it to be at the end of that.
God,
Like, what the
Uh,
actual fuck were you saying?
Oh god, what the fuck is
Okay.
going on?
I think he's implying that these other I think it's supposed to be an evolution system, like your swordsmanship you learned in the Naruto world will eventually evolve to the swordsmanship Hawkeye in One Piece was known for. And this is a really stupid way to do that. Mostly because you're now attempting power scaling, and that gets hard to do between
Yeah.
Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece, in all honesty.
Not
God,
invested
oh
enough
my God,
to
the grammar's so
dig into it.
fucking awful. Holy shit.
Yeah, but to sit there and say body flicker is weaker than Shunpo is just weird. 'Cause it's like, but we've seen what happens when someone masters body flicker. It's literally
Yeah,
short range
it's
teleportation.
bullshit.
It's just Shunpo.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing, different name.
Like, this grammar is just so fuck awful. Dad, are you okay? Kakashi, who was shocked, reacted quickly, rushing to pick up his father, then shouted
Wait,
at
did
Tetsuya.
you go back to the previous story?
Yeah, I did. Uncle, what do you...
Bad,
that's what I'm saying.
no.
That's what I'm bringing all this up with. Like, this is all the
Yeah.
previous story. It makes no fucking sense. Uncle, what are you doing? I'm asking you comfort my father, not beat him. Why don't you respond? Tatsuya asked Hatake Tsukumo condescendingly, leaving him speechless. A bunch
Damn
of
it, I
trash
thought-
can, point
Yeah.
finger at Kage
Yeah.
head level talk shit. You are silent, have you become coward? Idiot Eternal Genin, you have courage, say that?
I thought
Suddenly,
we were
Tetsuya
free, we had
pulled
moved on
katana
this
from waist.
fantasy.
His kenjutsu is different from lightning kenjutsu that his brother White Fang is known for.
What?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just like, oh, the aura of fire and sword aura merged, wiping out Sarutobi Shinosuke, sending him flying into the sky. The Hokage mountain exploded. All around, black flame burned.
Close the
Like-
chapter, Sneaky. Close the window.
Did
Like,
Like,
we
it's
cover-
just like, what is this? What is
did
going
I miss
on?
out? Sneaky, did I miss out on the 80 decibel slap?
No, no, he did not say you don't have eyes to see Mount Tai.
You are literally flashbanging yourself with words here, Sneaky.
Yes. I will
Oh,
continue
I'm
to
glad
do
you
so.
admit it, so we can check that, right?
No, I didn't say it.
You fucker.
Naruto beneath his skin! Ooh.
Naruto
Ugh.
crawling in his skin.
Naruto's
the skin.
crawling in his skin.
Crawling in his crawl.
Crawling in his crawl. Skinning in his skin. His skin cannot skin. Word is skin. Skin! Man, old Linkin Park goes so hard. New Linkin Park is so dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
On a whim, I looked up recently, people reacting to old Linkin Park songs, because I kind of just wanted to see, like, what do, like, kids and shit, like, think about Linkin Park. And barely any kids and shit are doing it. It's, like, all, like, these 30-some-year-old people who have never heard of Linkin Park somehow, because, like, all they watch is, like, rap or something.
Ugh.
And Linkin Park, like, starts singing, like, Bleed It Out or something, right? And they're like, oh my god, dude, he's rapping! Bro's rapping! White guy's rapping!
Yes. What's your point?
White people don't
Have
rap.
you never heard of Eminem?
And no, he's black.
They
clearly.
haven't.
Vanilla Ice.
Nope.
They don't exist.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so anyway, I think, it's 9 o'clock. I think we can close up here. We'll leave everyone teased. We could have had a bingo, but we will not. Or we can just read some
Son of a
summaries and
bitch.
close it up real quick. We'll see. Let's go with Naruto beneath the skin. After surviving a mission that killed his entire team, Chunin Renji Takamori wakes from his year-long coma changed. That's right, because he's now a self-insert of the author. Assigned light duty at the Ninja Academy, he struggles to reclaim his place of a village that moved on without him, unaware that beneath his skin something has begun to stir. That's creepy and horrifying, and it's not marked as a horror story, so I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah.
Tyranids. The answer is Tyranids.
Not Orochimaru.
He's a gene stealer.
True, probably. Orochimaru the gene stealer.
I was about to say, now here's the question. The hive mind eats Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Do they all become Orochimaru, or does Orochimaru eat the hive mind?
True.
Like, do they all gain
Orochimaru eats the
Orochimaru
hive
powers, or
mind.
does he somehow eat the hive mind?
He eats them. He eats them.
They eat him.
This-
They all gain Orochimaru powers, and then he emerges from all of the hive mind.
Yes.
Orochimaru's just looking around at all of himself? Well, this just worked
Uno reverse!
fantastically.
This is interesting.
This is interesting.
All of the
Um,
Orochimarus looking at each other. There can only be one.
Fight to
No,
the death.
that
Fight to
would-
the death.
I don't think that would happen, actually.
No, they
I
would
think
work
he'd
together.
just be like, great, awesome. Immortality
Now we can commit-
achieved. What do I do now?
Now we can
Because keep
commit
in
war
mind,
crimes
he-
faster.
Keep in mind, he only committed war crimes in the pursuit of immortality. He just got handed immortality. What the fuck is he supposed to do now?
He just looks at him.
It's the
Learn every jutsu,
I didn't think
of
I'd get
course.
this far.
Well, yeah, the whole reason why he wanted immortality was so he could learn every jutsu.
so we could learn all the jutsus.
I guess he start learning that now.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining how upset Orochimaru would get with Space Wolf Rune Priests. You are psychers! No, we aren't. How dare you say we are? Clearly, it's rune magic.
I am going to strangle you with your own intestines.
You want me to first milk up to try?
Anyway,
That's
The Blood
Scottish.
Fox by Crimson Sage.
There's the excuse you. There's a very small, previously unknown until I made it the fuck up just right fucking now. Scottish population of space wolves.
I mean, hey, if
No.
we can have a black population of space wolves, I don't see why we can't have a Scottish population.
They wear wolf kilts. Okay, they're very manly.
Okay.
Sure. Minato
Fair.
chooses not to split Nine Tails in half, but instead separate its soul out of the chakra.
What?
What?
I'm
I
out.
feel like I've
I think how that
heard that
works.
premise far too
I'm gonna
many
go
damn
take
times.
garbage out. That's better for me.
This is a story published 4 hours ago.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Daring
We said
today.
we were done. Why is this continuing?
This is so hilariously disproven that I don't even want to entertain the AU. Like, back in the day, you could entertain the AU because it was kind of like an interesting idea. Like, you didn't really know how chakra worked yet. And so people were like, oh, but what if he did this instead? It'd be kind of like, oh, yeah, cool. That's, it's kind of like an idea. Like, what would happen in that scenario? But now we know what chakra is. We know what chakra beasts are. We know everything about his sealing. Why he was sealed, with what seal he was sealed with, why he was sealed with that seal, why the death seal wasn't used. We have everything. There's no speculation left to be had here. If you're trying to do some AU where souls are separate from chakra, then you got, well, Jesus Christ, buddy. Well, we're going to
2000s,
have
the
to
early
have a
2000s are
completely
calling
new
back.
solution. Because if souls are separate from chakra, then the imperfect resurrection jutsu wouldn't have people with chakra. Like, sure, you might have just resurrected the first Hokage, but he has the chakra reserves of whatever genin you used to sacrifice to bring him alive. Oh, that was sign dying. Rip.
Amazing.
But yeah, this is so fucking stupid. Like we are literally decades past this discussion. This discussion was finished multiple decades ago. Naruto's body is forced to adapt to the demonic chakra of the Nine Tails in a way that no one could have predicted. Harem.
Daring today, aren't we, author?
This story will start off dark. Will not start off dark. Instead, we will see Naruto's downfall into becoming evil. He will also be manipulative and eventually OP and super intelligent.
Two for one special.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I think I'm done. I think I've had. If I have to read any more stories tonight, I'm getting another drink. That's gonna be bad for everyone.
Yeah. Come join the hunt, Sneaky.
How
First temper right now is an asshole.
daring today. A AU theory with no backing that was disproven 20 years ago. With an edgy, dark Naruto who with an edgy, dark Naruto who gets a harem. Really pushing the boundaries of creativity on this one, eh? Alright, let's make sure all the words are spelled correctly. Got those periods in there. Alright. Fantastic. Thanks, Grammarly. We're gonna post this. Alright, well that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you all on Friday because, of course,